Ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:02 on a Thursday. That means it is weekly close time. 9 p.m. Amsterdam time, by the way. Welcome. It is a midweek update. We're going to talk about a few things today. I want to talk about the actual AMA with head of Cronos Labs, Mirko, and business development or blockchain development. Well, business blockchain development. Emily Sit, and we're going to talk about price movement because, well, why not start there, right? Welcome, guys. Strap in. By the way, strap in. Hit the like button. I see Kurt. I see Björn. I see random token. Put on the AC. Because, well, we're dumping. We're dumping a little bit today. A little bit of red. I said it in a video yesterday. I kind of hoped we would hold 10 as support, but no, we fall down a little bit. But honestly, those are only small dips in between. Overall, I would say that the market, especially Bitcoin, still looks quite good. I actually kind of like these dumps. These are great buying opportunities. So if you guys are buying, I would say get this good deal. Tomorrow it might be over. What I find interesting, though, to see is if you take a look at the SPX is going up today. Firmly above 6,000 points. So that's actually quite good for the regular market. Bitcoin, yeah, you know, it's a small dip. It's a small dip only. Today, minus 1%. 2 days before, minus 2%. I would say the biggest loser, today's biggest loser, would be Ethereum. Ethereum is back here in the range. And yesterday I was really cheering. I was cheering. I was fully strapped in for Ethereum because for a minute it broke this line and I was literally jumping my chair. I was like, this can be it. This can be it, guys. Because in my opinion, that's also what the video yesterday was called. Cronos depends, is waiting now really on what Ethereum is doing. This is for me the switch from Bitcoin season into altcoin season, because I kind of know that whenever this is going to happen, it's going to be flipped like here. You can see that after breaking through it, like a good breakthrough, we went down within only days, minus 20%. I think the opposite can be true as well. I honestly believe the opposite can be true as well. Like we break through it, within days, we go up about 20%. So I wouldn't be surprised if like next week we do another midweek update and suddenly out of nowhere we're almost at $4,000 for Ethereum. It could be the case. Having said that, though, it is summertime. So some people might be thinking, well, let's actually wait a little bit because we know I'm going on holiday. Well, let me know in the chat or in the comments, where are you guys going? Any plans, or are you strapped in just watching charts? That's also very fine. I think, though, guys, I'm going on holiday myself in about 2 weeks. And the last time I went on holiday, yeah, this happened. This happened for Cronos. I always miss the best periods for the market when I'm on holiday. So I came back and we started this decrease. So I'm doing this for the team, guys. I'm doing this for the team. One interesting fact, though, for Cronos before we move any further is that we kind of had a bit of a rejection here at the 50-week. The 50-week simple moving average, you can find here on the rainbow chart. That so far seems to be all resistance, while the 21-week is all support. 21-week is all support. I don't know how the week is going to close. We'll see on Sunday, so don't forget to strap in Sunday again for the weekly close, of course. But I'm still very glad, guys, to see something like this. My thesis remains that we don't overshoot this line, and we might have a temporary higher high. So could we go back up like to here for Bitcoin dominance? Potentially, I don't know. It's kind of what's been happening, right? It's up, down, up, down, up, down. And also every time it's like within this range as well. So you can see kind of fits this narrative of having a bounce here. But maybe this is this bounce is too small, because every time we had a bounce, you can see it was very rapid. It's 1 day and back up again. Now it's been 2 days, so maybe this is where Bitcoin dominance starts to struggle a bit more. Ethereum is almost there, guys. You can see it here on the chart. So Ethereum is getting to that position where it starts to shine like crazy. It is not, is it? No, it's not officially summer yet. It is not officially summer yet. Anyways, welcome Midwest, holding for the long term. Do you have, what kind of positions do you have? Do you also have Ethereum? Do you have Bitcoin? And we got a question by Witness Killer. What's the summary? What's the summary for the AMA? Going right into the meat of this video. Well, why not? Why not? I posted this on my channel, guys, on X. I do have quite some alpha there. So do follow me at the Coin Baron if you do have Twitter. If not, also good. I will typically share those with you guys as well. Let's quickly go take a look though, because this is the summary. This is the summary. I did a complete write down, so you can read it back if you want to at the Coin Baron. But quickly setting the stage here. So yesterday we had the AMA with Elder Karl to the left here, the founder of the Boomer Squad, founder of Push Up Fun. Boomer Squad is a 2021 project, still active though, still active. Well, let me check. I think I have something as well. Oh, ay. So quickly for anyone to remind. So this is the big box. This is the big crypto.com. How's it called? Premium box, VIP box. I don't know. If you order an ICY to get that one, there I store all my Cronos stuffies, my shirt and my. But this is kind of cool. Let me get. Oh, shit. Well, those were my boomer coins. Shit. You can kind of see those. Wait, like, give me a sec. Then we go into the summary, by the way. Yeah, this is a shame. Here you can see them, though. I've got the box here. So, here we got the Boomer Squad. You can see this logo here. That's the Boomer Squad BS, or yeah. We also got these tokens here. But it's pretty neat. So he's been active. So he's a true community member. So if you don't follow him yet, you give him a follow. He does like a daily Twitter space, Monday to Friday. So if you want to be up to date with the latest Cronos stuff and like also a bit of community drama sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, there is also community drama. They also got good merch. They also got these Zoomer Squad glasses. Okay, that's enough chill here. It's sexy though, isn't it? Anyway, so back to the topic. So he is a true community member. Elder Karl is a true community member, and he was chosen to host this space. The first ever AMA with Mirko, because Mirko is new in this role. This is his first like AMA with the community. So I would say the stakes were kind of high. And also, this was the first AMA of the Cronos team since the 70 billion burn. So guys, there is quite some pressure on his shoulder. So that's kind of the stage. Who else was there? You can, by the way, find a link to the whole space if you want to listen to it. It's kind of chill. It's like a question, answer. Not really like a big debate. There wasn't the space for this one. But I hope I will get Mirko. You can find him. You see him here. Mirko Zhao. You can hopefully see him soon also here on the channel. Anyway, Elder Karl speaker, Mirko, head of Cronos, and we got Emily, and she's the Cronos business development or ecosystem manager. She talks with different builders, different chains. She does all the cool stuff. So this is Mirko, this is Emily. Interesting. The first thing Mirko mentioned kind of was like, this is my goal. I want to make Cronos a top 10 blockchain. And it's like, yeah, off to a good start. Off to a great start here for Mirko. Really saying that. He also mentioned a few personal things like, hey, I think he said he was born in Italy, went to college in Boston, and now lives for 10 years in Hong Kong. So he has seen the world. So that's kind of good to know, because he is like multicultural, and I think the blockchain is also like multicultural. Anyway, so that's kind of what's happening here. Emily, she's been around already since October, so she needs a bit less of an introduction. But interesting thing she's saying, we had a lot of internal discussions that they want to share with the community when the right time comes. So apparently they're doing a lot of stuff in the background. By the way, let me know if anyone can like say hello or test, or I don't know if the audio is good and the chat works. Anyway, if somebody could do that, then I would be a very happy coin baron. Anyway, so the first question I think is a really good question. So Elder Karl in general did a very good interview here. His first question is really the why. Why build on Cronos? Why use the Cronos chain? And it's also interesting because then you kind of get like his vision of what he wants to reach with Cronos. Give me one sec, guys. I might have killed the chat here. Give me one sec. By the way, don't forget to hit the like button. And of course, subscribe for more. Ah, Joseph, welcome. Yeah, works again. Thank you, guys. Thank you. How about the Crow Lion basket? It's a great basket, but I also heard you could build your own baskets now, and my basket is 90% crow, 10% lion, or something like that. Thanks, guys. I see it working. Anyways, let's go back to the AMA. So why use or build on Cronos? And he's starting off, I think, with the typical stuff, right? He's starting off with, yeah, so Cronos is super close to crypto.com. That's how probably like the majority of any users come to the Cronos chain. But they need to develop more unique selling points. One of those can be, though, also the collaboration. So he was talking, I think, about the Visa cards. And that's actually quite good. That's quite good because that's really unique. Like you can use BVS Finance or H2 to directly go fund your Visa card. I don't do it myself. I do know it myself, but it's an option. You can do it. You can sell your Crow with Knife or Push or whatever you want and get it on the Visa card. His main point, though, I think was we don't really target any niche. If you take a look at AVAX, or if you take a look at, I would say Solana, for example. Solana is like the meme chain currently. That's the big narrative, the big niche, even though Solana themselves might not really agree there. But they don't want to really be targeting any niche. That's his take here. And that's kind of new because previously with the previous leadership, they are really talking about AI this, AI that, AI. And he kind of wants to step back a little bit from that. That's coming back throughout this whole AMA. That's also what he's saying here. We'll change your positioning a little bit with an updated roadmap. So this guy is going to change. This is going to change. I'm going to talk a bit more about that here. Next question, though. How can Cronos chain push new narratives? Very interesting. So he basically mentions that they don't want to build it themselves. They want to facilitate builders and stuff. And that's also very good because you don't want to compete with people that want to come to your chain. I think a good example of that was, I don't know if you guys had a Windows phone, but at some point, Microsoft started making, they bought Nokia and they started making their own Windows phones. And you got Samsung and back then HTC and I think LG even. They were like, wait. So we can buy your operating system, but you're also going to make your own hardware? I was like, okay, let's use Android. So it's kind of like that, I guess. It's kind of like that one. So they want not to be the competitors themselves. They want to be just the chain, just the infrastructure. And I think that's good. That's actually very clever. So I'm happy that they're going into this direction. What is also important is they want to focus on brand awareness. So with brand awareness, they can attract builders. And also they have new positions open. You can, if you go to LinkedIn, I think, if you go to LinkedIn, you can find that they do have some open positions. Ecosystem management. They started already with, I think, the first interviews. But if you live in the Hong Kong time zone, you can get a role there. So if you guys want to work for Cronos. Question though to Emily: how can Cronos attract the brick protocols? I think it was a good question because some things miss on Cronos. For example, if you take a look at, I think Bubble Maps or Deck Screener. Bubble Maps does have some basics implemented. But Deck Screener, for example, it doesn't work at all on Cronos ZK EVM. And that's missing. Deck Screener is like the de facto standard for users. So that's kind of interesting. They are saying, though, that they're going to talk with any big team to implement that. But it's always the question, what does it cost? What's the price? So they also think about sometimes alternatives. So an example of that is Chronoscan, the block explorer. If you make a transaction, you can find those transactions back on the block explorer. Currently they use Chronoscan, but they want to replace those, I think, in the future. They have extended the license. But those cost about 1 million a year. And the question, of course, is can we use that money better? It's, in the end, guys, that's the honest question. And we want to talk a bit more about it later. The Cronos Labs team, they have all funding in the end. They have 70 billion CRO. So they need to be quite clever with how they're going to spend their money. Was there any dedicated CRO coin roadmap? Well, this is the CRO coin roadmap, Dayton. On Muska. It is the Cronos chain roadmap. But they also are responsible for the Cronos token. And yeah, it's hard to see, but you can see here, new token burn. More token burn coming. So the owner here, you're asking who's owning it. It's not crypto.com. Officially it is, I would say always, the Cronos chain. That's going to be the official answer from the higher ups, the C-suite. Anyways, what is interesting though, they want to have more bridging, yada yada yada. Do you guys find this interesting, by the way? I find it super interesting, but I guess it though, it's not really Cronos token related. It's more like chain and tech, and it can be boring, but this is I think in the end one of the biggest demand drivers. So you might not like it, but at least I hope you learn the basics, because it's super important to see, okay, where is the token heading? Like from a fundamental point of view, how is this actually heading into like the $1 direction? I like charts, but if the Cronos token doesn't get the right utilization, it's bye bye $1. Not exactly that, not exactly, of course. I think it's also a bit of chicken egg. So if CRO goes to $1, I think there will be more utilization of the Cronos chain. It's always that case, but I think if we get some traction, it can be easier for the CRO token to head up. Hey Roy, welcome. Pete, welcome. I hope you had a beautiful birthday with your, I think, oldest son. Phil, welcome as well. Zerka coming in with some CRO advice. Find out Chris Merzelek personal wallet, buy what he buys, and sell when he sells. I don't know if anyone has found his wallet yet. I think he's a big Bitcoin bull. He's a big Bitcoin bull. I know that much at least. He turned 18. No, get him his wallet. Congratulations, man. Hey, welcome, chef. Yeah, we're going to talk, if anyone joining now, we're talking about the Cronos AMA. This is the summary. You can find it back here on Twitter. Where were we though? Where were we? Oh yeah, so they're working on bridges. But what's interesting though, what they mention is that Cronos is relatively small. Currently, it's the top 20. Their goal is, again, the goal of Mirko, make it top 10. Make it top 10. And we're going to talk more about that, about the 70 billion unburn. But the problem of them being small is that also for partners, they are not really willing to work with them because they know, yeah, well, okay, sure, we can implement it on your chain, but it's not going to get us much visibility or attraction. So it's a bit of, again, chicken egg. But I think at least the good thing about Cronos is they have the pockets. They've got quite deep pockets. They can last for a long time. They will be there, I think, in 10 years. Not many chains will be here in 10 years, like truly active. Ooh, so the Elders already had his own Cronos DeFi wallet for 3 years now. Cronos is missing action like Cardano. Well, what's Cardano doing? Let me quickly check. XRP today, up a little bit. Or in the week? No, in a month. What is Cardano ADA doing? I'm not seeing that much action, in all honesty. Did I miss anything, Chef? Did I miss anything? So, they were still working. They are actively looking for more partners for example, bridges and more infrastructure. All good. Needed. Very much needed. So, happy that at least they don't forget about that part as well. Tech is important. Then he's continuing though about, grants and accelerators. And what is the Cronos Labs team doing to facilitate growth? This is what it's all about. How can we grow? How can we grow the chain? And he's mentioning a few examples here. So grants or accelerators or ambassadors. So the first thing is that what Mirko is saying, well, just handing out money is not the silver bullet. And I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense because, yeah, he's right. You can give money, but people still move away. They shut down or it doesn't work out. It's a tool, but they don't want to just hand out freebies too much. Mirko does emphasize, though, that he wants to use micro grants for smaller teams. And micro grants, like a few $100 or maybe $5,000, that might help make the leap. Go from garage builder into like full-time developer. Who knows? Who knows? He's also talking about a referral program. Yeah, la la la. What I find interesting though, you guys might like this. What he's thinking about, he wants to go to the real world. He would like to try like, hey, you get a free ice cream if you also install a Cronos wallet. Would you guys get a free ice cream? I would like it. And he would like to do this in front of the Crypto.com arena. Like, this is the best. Like, this would be a great partnership here. Make them install the DeFi wallet, and while you're at there, also let them get them a Midnight Blue card or the credit card. We also need to talk about the credit cards later. Guys, so much happened. Grows at the same price as 2019. Is that the case? Welcome, crypto. Welcome. Ambassador. Maybe. I've always said I need to remain independent. Are we at the same spot as 2019? Yeah. We kind of are. At about 10 cents. Interesting. Good fact, man. Thanks for pointing it out. Afterwards, though, it fell down to about 3 cents. Ouch. 2 cents even. I bought about here late or early. I don't know exactly. At about 5 cents, I bought in. 6 years of my life. An important part of my, well, not, yeah. an important part of my working life, I've been in Cronos as well. I joined in 2019. You're gonna recap the AMA or not? Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. So as we talked about emails, we're talking about the traffic AMA here. Yeah, so he was doing a lot of talk about marketing and more guerrilla marketing, but Emily is saying, well, it's also what they have to offer, like next to monetary value, not next to monetary value. He wants to help them like with marketing or collaborations. Yeah, so they can also do that stuff. That's also why they're hiring more people, because apparently Emily can't handle it by her own. So more people, more hands, can't hurt, right? Maybe more tweets. I don't know. I think crypto Twitter is a really important tool as well. Let's get to some juicy stuff. Let's get to some juicy stuff though, because I honestly love this. I love this. So let's get to the point here. 3 main buckets of development for Mirko. He's saying part 1 is community growth. So he wants to grow the community, more users, more builders, with also a loyalty program. And he's saying, well, it might look something like the Pioneer program. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Then we have infrastructure up to date. So he mentioned, well, guys, Cronos is 3 years old, Cronos EVM. And now we have new chains. We got Barrett chain, we got Sonic, we got all the fancy stuff. We got Sui, is all new. If you want to remain relevant, there was also my question here. You need to update stuff. And now they just came out with this. They are going to cut gas fees by 10x. That's the goal. 10x cutting down gas fees. That's not going to be implemented yet, but it's coming. And they're going for sub-second block times. Guys, they're cutting the block times also by about 10x. This is the latest update. You can find it on the latest blog post as well. Ultra fast and sub-second, the Cronos EVM block time revolution. Up to like a 10x reduction in block time. So what's the effect of this? Now, if you press a button, for a transaction, it needs to load, and then it's finalized. The blockchain needs to check all those stuff. That's why it takes some time. But like Solana, all the competitors are doing it blazing fast. Same for ZK. So ZK EVM is super fast. But EVM, that's the main chain still. It was slow. It was just slow. You can see it here as well. 10x reduction in block time. This is also what Chris talked about. From 5.6 seconds to sub 1 second. That's also important. You might remember the Crypto.com roadmap. Because there was this stable coin. 1 cent, 1 second. 1 cent, 1 second. This was the technical hurdle they still needed to take. With this technical update, now the Cronos chain is going to be cheaper. It can actually be sub 1 cent, because in all honesty, sometimes when the CRO price is going up, gas fees are super high, and it was slow, took 5 seconds. Now it's going to be sub 1 second and sub 1 cent. So getting ready for the stablecoin, the official Crypto.com stablecoin. And you might have heard company X making a stablecoin, company Y making a stablecoin. But the simple fact is that Crypto.com is one of the biggest users still of stablecoins in general. So having that available on the Cronos chain will guarantee a lot more activity, and that might help us a lot. It will also generate fees, by the way, and burns. Yeah, maybe burns. We're going to talk about burns later. Hey, Skywalker, welcome. What are you doing on Cronos? Well, good question. I'm using mainly a lending platform called Mplay. Well, let me know, guys. What do you guys do? What's like your place to go on Cronos? And I'm sorry, emails. I'm sorry, but we're gonna quickly go through some chat. If you guys got any questions, let me know. We are still going through the AMA. Quickly checking what's happening. Okay, so Chev is saying, well, XRP, not XRP, but Cardano and Cronos are going kind of through the same thing. What I heard at least, that Cardano is going to work on a lot of different Bitcoin adaptations. So they want to use like Bitcoin DeFi. It's kind of cool, kind of neat, kind of unique as well. I've only seen Stacks doing that, so that's kind of good. Surprised the market isn't going up on the China deal. We got some more clarity, stablecoin bill, and lower CPI. I've witnessed, I made a video about it yesterday, but inflation is increasing. It's lower than expectation, but CPI is still increasing. So no reason for Jerome Powell to cut rates. China deal though, I've heard like 10% fees for the US and 55 for China. Sounds like a bad deal to me. I don't know. It's if it's good, it's good. I don't know. I don't know the exact details though. You can see though that Witness is right. The S&P is reacting quite positively so far on what's happening in the market. Today also the PPI numbers released. The producer price indexed. Small increase. Inflation in general is heading the right direction, but not enough yet. Philip, welcome. Strap in. Welcome. Start handing out some Labubus. I don't know what Labubu is. Yeah, go to the crypto.com arena. Start handing out some good cards. Peter's saying, take a look at the stablecoin dominance. Ooh, stablecoin dominance. It's heading down. A very positive thing for Bitcoin and for alts. Finally, people are going to get rid of their stablecoins. Let me check if I can find it. Stablecoin. Crypto stablecoin dominance. I don't really check this one often. Yeah, you can see, guys, people flock to stablecoins during a bear market. And now they're spending their stablecoins again. That means they're converting into Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. So no more quarterly burns in the future. I was hoping they burn about 3 billion a quarter, then release some to escrow to keep circulating supply the same. We're going to talk a bit more about the burn later, but I think it was a bit of a strange answer from Mirko. Any more questions? It's all okay, Mace. It's all okay. It's at the Coin Baron. The thing is, I love to talk about this, guys. It's a really cool topic, but I understand if you got questions about this because it's not many people talk about the Cronos chain stuff, and it's okay. It's more technical. It's not the most fun stuff. I want to, I don't know if you guys ever watch like Oscar Ramos, and I would love, I could just sing every day. I want to pump it up. Let's pump it up. I can't do that. I don't know. I love the technicals as well, but I love a pump. Don't get me wrong. I love a pump. Let me check. Peter's saying, well, we do have a minor pullback. Yeah, so for anyone just tuning in, at about 9.7 cents, it's all okay. I would say if we close today at about 9.7, it's not too shabby. It's the same. Bitcoin is going down, so Cronos is going down. The only thing I have to say though, that what you can see in Bitcoin dominance is that altcoins are going down a bit more than Bitcoin, therefore it's getting up a little bit. But I still see, like, worst case, I expect Ethereum to go down to the lower line here. And then I still think it will make an attempt at breaking to the upside. We have to be patient though. B is saying, I expect a pump over the next few weeks, allegedly. Do you have reliable sources? A loyalty program with rewards based on length of time with the project would really encourage long-term views in holders. Yeah, I think that's also in general the goal. They do want also the short-term bonuses, but also those will be relatively small. But if they want to head out like big big numbers. I get it. There needs to be a long-term game plan. He's talking a bit more about that as well below. Kind of hack the burn feature. Make people say have crows burning billions. Let's wait. Yeah, so that would be really cool. So what Private is saying, if we would unlock but also burn at the same time, it would be good for Cronos. I don't know though. The burn is not really that. No, we don't know much about it. Anyone grabbing their credit card? Guys, let me know. Are you grabbing your credit cards? We can't over here. I live in the EU. The Netherlands, only in the US credit cards, guys. Only in the US. Let's continue a bit more. So we were talking about the focus points. The focus points for Mirko. He had 3 buckets. The first was community growth with a loyalty program. Infra up to date. And what do you guys think about this one? Actively integrate Cronos in the Crypto.com ecosystem. No brainer. No brainer. Why haven't we done this? No, but yeah, he's dumbing it down a little bit though. He's mainly saying on-chain wallet. So it's officially, guys, it's called the Crypto.com on-chain wallet. So he wants to be more aware. He wants Crypto.com users to be more aware of what's happening on-chain. But I think it's a bit of a design decision that Crypto.com, they want to keep the app somewhat simple. So they don't really have any external sources. So it's really focused still on, hey, how can we utilize the on-chain wallet? Maybe how can we educate people from Crypto.com to start using the on-chain wallet? And then if you have the on-chain wallet, it should be a no-brainer to start using the Cronos chain because incentive A, incentive B, incentive D, etc. Haven Pack is not getting the credit card. Where do you live, Haven? Do you live in the US? And again, Chef, no Visa cards, no signature Visa cards or credit are coming to the US, to the UK. Peter's thinking about a credit card. If it comes to the UK, I would get it directly if I can. I'm happy with the debit card though, so I'll probably stick with that. The thing is, in some occasions you need a credit card. For example, for car rentals, they require almost like a credit card. And getting one here, it's super expensive. We don't have any credit score. We don't have anything like that. So it's just a hassle to get one. You have to pay like, I think $6 a month here or €6 a month just to have a card, which I don't really use. So I don't have one at the moment. So I would like to get one. It has a nice color as well. Can I quickly get, yeah, let me check if we can get it, guys, on the screen now. So in the back, you can see the prepaid Visa cards or debit Visa cards. And now let me go to apparently there are major outages in on Twitch and YouTube. I've not seen a thing. My stuff is working perfectly. Maybe any internet server provider down now. Let's go to crypto.com or Chris Marzalek here. They are beautiful, in all honesty. I love these colors. I think this is the midnight blue. The ruby red is like pastel color. It's beautiful. I love this color. Don't really like the green one, and I hate the indigo. Well, I don't know what they've done with it because the indigo was beautiful. Honestly, I wouldn't know which one I would get if I would get that tier. The rose gold though has become very sexy. The same for the icy white. And then I think, yeah, this is the obsidian for sure. Obsidian is very nice. Let me know though, guys. I don't really live in the US, and some people said to me, well, the rewards are actually really good. And some people told me, well, the rewards, they're not that good. Like 1.5%. Apparently that's kind of standard in the US. 1.5% of cashback, as you can see. And they were mentioning, well, there are like offerings for like up to 2% with different banks, or, well, for example, here 6.5%, but you need to stake $500,000. I don't know. I think the offering is quite good. It's better than what I have seen from Gemini, but good. It's sexy, man. It's really sexy. Matt, which one do you think is not sexy? I think the green one not sexy, but I wouldn't change my fiance. So Coin Baroness, if you're listening, you're safe. But my app is saying coming soon. If you live in the US, you might need to update the app. I doubt I would qualify. Oh yeah, there is like a pre-check, and based on the pre-check, you can actually see how much credit you actually get. I don't really know. Did you listen to the AMA yesterday? Yeah, so for anyone just tuning in, let's go back. So the credit cards are a new thing. I made a video about it. I am bullish about it long term. I think short term, it's not really a big bullish catalyst, but let's go quickly. I want to reiterate this point before we go back to the AMA, because Skywalker is now coming in for the AMA. So I have to go back to the AMA. But I think let me make a poll this time, because I think it's a good question. If you be very honest, guys, how did you get into CRO? I'm gonna make the poll, so bear with me. The poll is asking, did you get into CRO from the Visa card? That's the poll. That's the poll. Poll is now live, guys. Did you get into CRO based on the Visa card? And I see somebody already saying, well, you know, Matt is not really into cards. Fair play, though. What I have seen, though, is that many people are. It's different on Binance. So the BNB token became very popular based on the reduction of fees. And still, if you want to use the level up program, you also need CRO, but you need very little CRO. If you want a card, though, you need a lot of CRO. Quickly checking so far, we've got 10 votes. Guys, let me know if you're not watching live. Did you get into CRO based on a Visa card? 10 people saying yes so far. 8 people saying yes so far. I've watched Oscar and I do like him, but his content isn't exclusively CRO, so there is a lot of stuff I'm not interested in. I got the same, and honestly, I watch his live sometimes, even though it is XRP focused. It's true. In all honesty, I think he's doing the clever thing, because it's true. The biggest audience online are the biggest tokens. So XRP, Doge, Shiba Inu. So he gets more viewers. Well, yeah, it's he can be very bullish. I love his enthusiasm. I used to watch Crypto Report as well, but they went too bearish with the mint. They're kind of getting back on that, but yeah. Haven is also saying the cards mean nothing to me. I'm literally stopping using cash. Makes sense. Makes sense. Ben is moving some over to Polkadot now. Interesting. Has the big news that was not included on the 2025 roadmap mentioned yet, or no? I think the burn. No, we're gonna let's go back to the AMA, guys. Let's get back to the AMA. Welcome, by the way, Avavar. Welcome back. That's no. Coinbase released a CC today, up to 4% back on everything. Okay, I need to check that. Breaking news. Coinbase. This is fake. If this is fake Skywalker, I will it will not be banned. Okay, let me check. Shopify. Okay, you're right. The Coinbase One card. Earn up to 4% Bitcoin back on every purchase. Get early access. I might want to get this. If it's available. Let me quickly check, guys. What's the catch? What's the catch? 2.5, 4%. The credit card is exclusively available to Cronos One members. Annual membership starts at $50 a year. Okay. So it will cost you $50 a year. That's it. American Express, stainless steel. Okay. Where can I play? I think it's only getting to the US. Interesting. Yeah, only United States. Thanks for the breaking news. I did completely miss this. Up to 4% back in Bitcoin. I don't know how it works. The more assets you hold on Coinbase, the more Bitcoin you earn. Okay. It's kind of like with Cronos. The more you hold, the more CRO you hold, the more Bitcoin you earn on purchases. Okay. So I think the majority will get 2%. Coinbase One, not Cronos One. Ah, yeah. Whoops. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Thanks for the heads up. Let's go back to the AMA. So the AMA, if anyone just joining in, again, first ever AMA by the head of Cronos Labs, Mirko Zhao. This is the boy we're talking about. The man, the myth, the legend, I don't know. Whatever you prefer. Yeah, so he was talking about community growth, up-to-date infrastructure with also lower gas fees, and actively integration of the Cronos chain into the Crypto.com ecosystem. All good. Then he continues how Cronos sees the ambassador program. Well, Mirko is saying all Cronos ambassadors are treasures. They help people for free. They are true guides into the whole ecosystem. So yeah, he's treasuring them. He's saying though that he sees that they're not really rewarded now. So he's going to reward them more. And currently they're working on making it better. Then he's going to shift on the roadmap. So we mentioned earlier the roadmap here. So this is the current Cronos roadmap. He's saying, well, things happened. And I told you guys this when I made the roadmap video. Roadmaps are always preliminary. Always. And he's saying a few things here. So when he took over leadership, he was seeing in the market that AI products were not really getting there. And I was kind of seeing the same already, but AI is cool, but the focus on AI agents, the AI agent tech isn't there yet. They were promising things in their roadmap, and yeah, they look cool. And if they could make that true, then yeah, it would be very cool, but it was a bit overpromised. AI though is still top of mind, but not going to be the big focus for now because the tech isn't there yet. That's also why communication regarding the roadmap was somewhat silent. He does see there are new opportunities rising for Cronos. For example, real-world assets. A refresh of the roadmap is coming soon. So they're going into a bit of a new direction. I think this is kind of the hint. Real-world assets. He was talking already about... we're going to talk about it a bit later, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Then I think this is what you guys were waiting for in the end. The 70 billion krone button. Matt Crafter's using Apple Pay these days. The Matt Crafter, just quickly, if you have a card, you can get it on your phone as well. So you get the cash back and you can pay with your phone. I also do the same. I use Google Pay or whatever it's called these days, but yeah. I don't really... Okay, I love the cards to watch chat, but it's... in the end, the cashback really matters. Evervar saying, well, AI is way overrated as well. The focus should be on RWAs. Well, I think Evervar, he completely agrees with you here. Let's see what they're going to do. Refresh roadmap is coming soon. That's what I will like to do. And when we get the refresh of the roadmap, I will send a message again to Mirko to see if we can do an AMA here on YouTube as well. Having said that, let's continue. So, Mirko became leadership. It became part of the leadership team of Cronos after the unburn. So, he kind of started the position with the unburn. However, what he's saying is that the 70 billion CRO was needed to give Cronos a fighting chance to go to the top using aggressive investments. He's kind of paraphrasing what Chris mentioned earlier. Chris did that in his AMA in April or May, I don't exactly remember. I think it was in April. So yeah, he's basically saying the same. Yeah, we need it. You can already see the first results in the ETPs or ETFs. Some deals though can only be shared later, so you can't really tell everything yet. So he's saying, I think his exact words were like, yeah, if you are a football coach, you don't want to reveal all your strategies already before the match because he doesn't want to help competitors. That's his words. Yeah, it's exciting or terrifying. I think in between the both of them. Then Elder Karl just asked the question, won't the additional supply dilute the price? Very good question. Very good question. Mirko mentioned, well, I'm really a tech guy. I don't like to talk about the prices. It's not their goal to just sell to the open market. And then Mirko refers to the Coin Baron video to zoom out and see the bigger picture. Okay, I was like, thanks for the shout out, Mirko. Apparently, I'm onto something. So, guys, you are strapping in on the Riot channel. I don't know. He said he was watching one of my videos. Watch it too, because Mirko, my opinion and my videos apparently are right with Mirko's. So I give him the alpha as promised. He's not really talking about price though. He is just simply ignoring it. He is mentioning though that it's important for them. I think he's actually talking about it here. Because somebody has mentioned the quarterly burns. Elder Karl was thinking, well, yeah, okay, so we have this quarterly burn on the roadmap, and people are thinking, well, how about burning unburned CRO again? It feels just strange, right? We just unburned, and I'm gonna burn again. It was like, what's your vision there? Mirko then starts talking about the existing burn program. He acknowledged that it does not really have the original intended effect, and I think that's strange because the original intended effect was to reduce inflation, and that's working perfectly. But he said he's exploring different options as well to support the community more. Maybe builders. The goal is to increase Cronos' overall vitality. He kind of skipped the burn. He did talk a bit about it. They need to think about it more strategically, but he skipped it for now. He skipped the quarterly burn. It's a shame. It's a good thing. I am really looking forward to that. But in all honesty, guys, he's not going to answer everything in this one AMA. Maybe it's also part of this can only be shared later. I don't know. Oh, serious. I'm late. Keep up the alpha. We'll do, dude. We'll do. You can have both the debit and the credit card. Yeah, that's true. If you, I don't know, are there any? I think there's no annual fee. So if you don't think you will, I don't know if they will shipping for free. I think they will do it, but not sure. If CRO would just do half as good as BNB, that would be sick. True that, man. True that. Random Midwest is a true CRO watcher. Cronos 1 hopefully will count all your volume, trade stakes, and LP farms in the DeFi on-chain wallet towards tier levels and discounted trading. We're going to talk about Cronos 1 in a sec, FFR. So it was one of my questions actually. So he skips talking about price. He doesn't really address the quarterly burn. Okay, that's fine. Then he was asking a question regarding centralization. What about the Crypto.com validators? They pushed governance decisions. And Elder Karl was already dragging the conversation into what he was saying, the spectrum of centralization. Let's quickly read it. Mirko mentions that external communication has been lacking severely. In internal discussions with Crypto.com, they always include the perspective of the CRO fam and should all be in favor of the community. So, yeah, and I agree there. I think, honestly, if we have like a transparent... I could live with the 70 billion CRO burn. Like, unburn, I mean. I could live with it. But... yeah, not this way. I think they said, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. It's coming. 70 billion unburn, golden age. And I already knew from day one, okay, they're gonna do this. It's happening. And people were still saying, whoa. Crypto.com is completely ruining the vote. It was coming from day one. But if they would simply have taken the time, do AMAs beforehand and not afterwards, you know, take the community along, there would have been a lot less backlash. The community would be less angry. They did it so wrong. The thing is, we're now known as the chain that did an unburn. Not a chain that wants to go aggressive. It's not the chain that wants to be a top 10. It's not a chain that really wants to attract more users, more builders. No, what a chain that unburned 70 billion tokens. It's such a shame because people will forget. People will forget. It happens. It will happen. But it will take some time. And I think this cycle, once we go to close to $1, we will forget. But it will always remain a bit of a sore spot in our history of Cronos. Okay, it's free shipping. Free shipping. If you go to my profile page, here at the Coin Baron, I got the whole summary. Here. I think I can share it. Copy link. Give me 1 sec. Wait, give me 1 sec. I want to answer this question by Sirius. Well, I'm still bearish. Zero proof of work after all they've done. They aren't really transparent. This is what and the following I agree with. What Mirko was saying, Sirius. What Mirko was saying here is that talk the talk and walk the talk. I don't know exactly. You're saying we don't want to promise things and get back to them later. I want to just show results. And it's true. The first results can be seen in the ETP and ETFs. We've had the ETP, and apparently the ETP is growing quite massively, up 15% year over year. So ETP is looking very healthy. ETF is coming. So it's not like there are no results yet. There is some proof of work, even though you might ask if Crypto.com isn't doing the heavy lifting there. Funding might still be from... I think the funding is from the Cronos team. So that's the question here. Quality of communication was terrible during the token minting. Thing is, they have also lost some of the longer holders in the CRO fam in the process, which they can't necessarily afford in this space. True. They have created enemies, and that's, I think, even worse. Like, in all honesty, the Crypto.com reputation isn't... It's strong and also not strong. If you ask, like... I would say I'm quite an experienced DeFi user, but if you go to Solana, people are like, oh, Crypto.com, high fees, centralized, newbie exchange. Use the Crypto.com exchange. Low fees, low spread, like actual volume. But they might have seen the app, they might have seen the credit card, they think, yeah, it's a newbie exchange. There is so much depth to the platform, there's so much depth to the ecosystem. There is definitely so much potential here, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're welcome, Random at West. Are we bullish on the AMA? I am bullish. Like before we dived out deeper into the AMA, the way how Mirko talked, the way how he interacted, the way he presented himself, he's a lot more people person. He understands like the community. Like you might not agree that his answers were not really complete all the time. But the simple fact that he is responding in a human way, this is so telling to me. And also, I think he's more realistic than Ken. Ken was a good dude, don't get me wrong, but Mirko is simply better in his role. So let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's continue the AMA quickly. Are you only bullish because Mirko gave you a shout out? No, I was already bullish before that. No, but in general, he's a lot more communicative. Like, he talks. Yeah, so he was saying Crypto.com and Cronos Chain, they have a great symbiosis. It's kind of like TradFi and DeFi get married on Cronos. And that's also quite a unique selling point. But it does make it more centralized on the decentralized, centralized spectrum. So you can't say Cronos is decentralized or centralized. It's always, if you say it on a score from 0 to 10, Cronos probably would be a 4 or 3, or maybe a 5, more geared towards centralization. But you can say that for more blockchains. The only true, the true decentralized blockchain is Bitcoin, like 10 on 10 there. Okay. When do we get more clarity regarding where the 70 billion war chest is used for? He's going back to his first point. You will see it materialize with new launches, for example, the ETFs. The literal question was, do we have a date? It was like Karl was saying, could you give us a date so we can keep you accountable? He was saying you will see it materialize. That's fine. That's fine. It's not what you guys want to hear. I agree, and I would love I love holding people accountable. That's also why Mirko was promising an AMA, and he almost didn't do it in time. But then he was right. He would schedule it before the end of the month. XRP Bully is saying, well, you deserve it. Thank you. Sirius is saying, well, Crypto.com is not really making the best of the chain plus exchange energy. True that, they need to do more. That's also why he is saying here, actively integrate Cronos. That's his third point. That is his. If during the leadership of Mirko this improves, I think that will be an absolute game changer. Let's continue a bit. Relationship, yeah. By the way, we're going to continue with the relationship with Crypto.com. He's asking directly, how do you see the relationship? He's going back to the official wording here. Guys, Crypto.com is, I think, still a very important stakeholder. They might still be pulling the strings, but official wording here, Crypto.com is a very supportive partner. Also regarding technical contributions. He does see, though, that integrations are more possible and they're being actively discussed. Then he continues with marketing of the Crypto.com platform. Often, like the pictures they post, they don't include CRO. It's something on your mind. Mirko then mentions that Crypto.com does a lot more than just Cronos, of course. They do Ethereum, Solana, everything. So yeah, they can't do all the time Cronos. But he's also saying, well, there's actually quite a lot happening already, like more than meet the eye. Emails, Crow Farm in the tweets, Mary here being listed. But it can, of course, always improve. Hey, Croricon, I see since 2023. Still holding strong, my man. He continues, the on-chain wallet operated by Cronos or Crypto.com, all by Crypto.com, but it can be better still for the Cronos chain. That's also why they are still discussing with Esther, leadership of the on-chain wallet, to improve this even more. Esther, by the way, is also responsible for the Visa cards. Can discoverability be improved from the Crypto.com app? We talked a bit about this earlier, but yeah, feedback has been shared with the Crypto.com team, but their design is not really there yet to support on-chain or external sources. So it's not coming yet. So maybe technical blockers need to be fixed. I wouldn't really expect anything directly from the Crypto.com main app soon, at least. What about using influencers from the Crypto.com team to increase visibility? Well, I found this actually a really interesting answer. Cronos team is actively building their own network on this front because DeFi native calls can be more effective than what Crypto.com uses. And I agree there. Like Crypto.com is using box people, and yeah, I think going like with the true techies, the true nerds, makes more sense in this regard. Hey Johnny, welcome. Thank you very much, dude. Let's make it a beautiful 2025. It's 7 past 10, but let's continue, guys. I'm on a roll. I love this. We need to finish this AMA. Like, BNB has so many incentives to hold it. Pro needs some more as well. So far, you only got incentives to sell. I kind of disagree with that, because also on the exchange, you have a reason to hold it. You get discount, It's not too bad, honestly. I've seen a lot worse. Like, for Solana, the only reason to hold is to hold, I guess, because you can use it on-chain. And if you don't use on-chain, well, why would you get Solana? So that's also a reason why the Cronos chain discussion here is so important. Peter's saying, I do believe they could mention Chrome more often. That would get that extra mention would actually help bring more publicity to the token. I agree. That's also exactly why Elder Karl asked that specific question. Like, if they show us a picture of 6 tokens, and of course you need to mention Bitcoin and you need to mention Ethereum, but why can't the 6th token be Cronos? I mean, it's low-hanging fruit. Real Meta, welcome. Then we go into the cool stuff again. Transaction fees, gas fees. We talked about this. It's going to decrease. So here you can see 1.1 CRO network fee, gas fee. This will be soon 0.1 CRO, maybe even less. It's happening. Gas fees. Other ideas are to maybe revenue share with builders to attract more builders. Cronos team is saying, well, we see this trend, but we have our own playbook. Makes sense. Cronos 1. So FFR was talking about this. This was my question that I asked. Cronos 1 was supposed to be launched in Q2 according to the roadmap. Guys, Q2 is ending in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What is it and where is it? Well, Cronos 1 is supposed to be the AI suite for Cronos, but it was not really progressing sufficiently. It has delay and is coming closer to the end of the year. Again, it's going back to the focus of AI. AI is not, the main focus again. Guys, again, I want to emphasize this once more. Refresh of the roadmap is coming. Refresh of the roadmap. He wants to do something very cool. I think RWA, but we don't know yet. Cronos ZK EVM and also the Pioneer program. Where is ZK heading and how is it positioned in Cronos? ZK from a tech point of view is amazing, but tech alone cannot guarantee success. We have seen that. So anyone wondering, ZK EVM is their zero knowledge chain. Ethereum layer 2, blah, 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 technical. It's not a success. Their measurements, their success targets are not reached. And their goal is to grow Cronos. And the simpler route is EVM. So that will be the focus for growth. So guys, ZK, been a bit of a failure. He's admitting to it here. So EVM will be the focus now for growth. However, ZK, from a tech point of view, is progressing quickly. And if it becomes better, they might migrate to it in the future. That's also why they will keep nurturing in the ZK chain. Interesting. What about bridging? Well, necessary. We need more bridges. They're working on this, but it takes time. Yeah. I think the majority of you guys don't even care about ZK, but it's coming. Regarding loyalty, so there was this Pioneer program, and what is done is that if you use the chain, you get some free money. Use the chain more, you get more free money. Well, people love this, of course. People love free money. So season 2 was planned and is currently in review, but resources are working on a long-term loyalty program. I think like Pete was mentioning. For now though, they're mainly working on more attracting more builders with tooling documentation being worked on. AI agents, regarding the AI narrative. So the question was, AI was a big narrative, been silent for a while, any updates? We got this platform AI agent fun, but the narrative died down a bit in crypto. They keep building though, they see potential, but it's needs to mature more. It needs to mature more, ladies and gentlemen. How is Cronos going to get its name out more? So we're going to shift into marketing awareness. They're going to go to the Korea Blockchain Week. They want to do roadshows. They want to be more active in socials. And they want to do an affiliate marketing campaign. So guys, maybe soon a Coin Baron referral code coming your way. I don't know. Consensus methods is changing. Consensus methods being discussed. Yes. Yes, it's coming. Oh, well, they're discussing it. Requires a lot of research and development. But this is needed to also push boundaries for the block time we talked about. So we're going to make the Cronos chain super quick, super fast, super cheap. But they might need to change consensus. What is consensus, by the way? So think about the blockchain, guys. Is going back to blockchain 101. You say we make a transaction. I pay you $10. Then on the blockchain, we have different validators or miners. They're saying, well, this validator is saying I paid $10. This validator is saying I paid $10. This validator is saying I paid $10. This validator though is saying I haven't paid $10. Due to consensus, they're saying, well, 3 out of 4 have collected enough confirmation of you paying $10. So we accept this actual $10 payment. We say $10 has been paid. That's kind of how consensus works. But they're actively discussing, well, can we make it more parallel? Can we make it quicker? Because if you need to keep waiting, on 1, 2, 3, 4, there are hundreds of validators. Like in the worst case, I think on Cronos specifically, there are exactly 100 validators. But that's it's a slow process. They can improve this. Oh, real matter. Thank you. Thank you. CB. Coin Baron, guys. Made it myself, by the way. Made it myself. We're getting to the end, guys. We're getting to the end of the AMA. We're getting to the end. Some people might like the final words. Roadmap. What are you most excited about? Well, Mirko is saying there are changes coming to the roadmap, and the unannounced changes are the most exciting. Oh man, he's doing this. How do you call it? Like the last episode of a season, always ending like a true blockbuster. That has a name. I lost the name. It's coming. More information is coming. We still need to wait on the actual coolest thing of the roadmap. Emily is most excited about expanding the ecosystem. Cliffhanger. Not blockbuster, cliffhanger. That's the one. So she's getting more team members. That's for her personally really cool. Final words. Karl. Crow with knife. Elder Call. Thanks. That's you did it. Good AMA. Final words from me on the AMA. Well, many interesting things. I think the roadmap, the buckets, really cool. Really cool ambassadorships, really cool influencer stuff. Yeah, it's clever. I think marketing wise, this is very clever. Good stuff. Good stuff. Keep it easy. Keep it simple. Over-promise. No, not under-promise, over-deliver. Good stuff. Unburn. Yeah. More later. I think that's the thing about the unburn. You will see it materialize. Is the AMA only on X? Well, you can see it in the up top here. Up top is the original one, like a podcast. We're not going to listen to it here, but it's only on X. Only 10,000 views. Oh, didn't like it, didn't retweet it. Good stuff. I wanna say one thing though about the unburn, guys. I think I mentioned it in the video, but let me share this once more. I made a tweet about this, and I think it's really crucial to understand this. The golden age for Cronos proposal, that was the one that introduced the 70 billion unburn, has not negatively impacted the price. Since we had the unburn, we only went up. Only up and up and up and up. At a similar or even faster pace than Bitcoin. So that's not too shabby. Yeah, so yeah, we lost people. We lost people thanks to the golden age. We lost people due to way worse communication than needed. But price-wise, we're still there. Can I drop a link? Peter's asking. I can. I will do it here again. Phil is still waiting for the 50x. I mean, it's still possible in my opinion. We really didn't talk about charts today, guys. Yeah, this is exactly what I mentioned today. Oh, we're dropping a bit more. Ouch. So Ethereum is right at the edge of this zone again. So let's see. Interesting. So Ethereum is dropping. Cronos dropping a bit more. What about Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin is below 107. For Bitcoin specifically, I could see us bouncing as low as like this again. So let's see. It's exciting times. Peter's saying, well, ZK was supposed to give holders rewards for just holding tokens. Question would be is whether that would be competitive compared to on-chain lockup and DeFi. It is. So it's exactly the same or more. So if you have ZK CRO, for example, I have a lot of ZK CRO. It's 7%, I think. It's the same as all CRO. So you get 7% of interest on CRO, and you can use it with lending. So you can even get more. So you get the best of both worlds, in my opinion. So I think it works. Nobody is using it, but the concept works. I thought a credit card would get us going, but we followed the overall market. Yeah, true. It's quite crazy in all honesty, because yeah, you see the market here, or you see Cronos. We had the credit card, and we had the what was it? The upgrade to the chain, and it's you would maybe expect us to do something like this, but it's not really there yet. It's also the overall market again, guys. So Bitcoin dominance is also going up again. It's yeah, I'm going back to the video by yesterday. We are waiting on this, guys. Ethereum is the kingmaker. This will be the start of alt season if we do it. But today is a bit of pain. Let's see how we're gonna end the stock market week. By the way, stock market is doing quite strong, by the way. S&P 500 up 0.4%. Sirius is saying, well, I think it's just a matter of time before we hit top 10. It does require some good decision making, though. True that. True that. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Pete. I also wouldn't object to 50x. Hey, Mr. Crumpet, welcome. You're trading Trump tweets. I hope you're making some good money, Crumpet. And thanks. Thanks. Crumpet is saying top 10 by December. We did a discussion, I think, last week. October, November. According to the previous cycle, if you take a look at the previous cycle, took about 23 weeks from this point onward before we hit the all-time high. Let's see, guys. Thank you so much. Long stream, good stream though, because we talked about so many like fundamentally important things. We got the credit cards, we got the AMA. I think again that the leadership change cannot be underestimated as well. It's important to have a very strong front-facing guy. Like we can love a lot about, for example, CZ, like Champeng Zhao. He's the previous leader of Binance, and now currently he is the lead of the Binance chain. He's a strong person, a lot stronger than Chris, and Chris tries to do that a bit, but we need something like that. And he can grow. He definitely needs to grow more, but his first communication with the team, with the community, I would say 10 points. 10 points for Gryffindor. Guys, thank you so much. I'm still bullish. Yeah, today's a bit of a bearish day, but hey, it's all fine. Let's check in on Sunday. Let's check in on Sunday to see how we ended the week. Guys, thank you so much. Strap in, hit the like button, and it's LED, by the way. LED lights. Looks like neon though. Looks like neon. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good one, and talk to you later. Bye bye. It's very stable. Oh.